know why I feel this way. It's because of the server I love to play. An adventure for me every day. Play on the server the TimeShot way.
Hello, people. It's Poet. And we're back on TimeShot. And I'm way up this high so that I can illustrate something to you guys. Just kind of what I had in my mind, what I had in the vision that I had for this riverway. Because as you guys know, and as I've talked about before, is that I like the pathways. I like the riverways. I like taking those pathways rather than having to resort to things like nether hubs. And so I'm up here, way up, and you can see the river that I made there. And even just looking at it from this perspective, way up high, this high up, I can see that it needs to be cut out probably a little bit more. I'll be honest, it needs to be cut out a lot more, just to kind of make it comfortable to travel down. Because as it stands, it's a little bit narrow. It's only maybe 3 or 4 blocks, and you bump the sides. You see any other river, like here, all the natural rivers, they're really large. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or so blocks wide. And if that one's only like 4 blocks wide, then it could definitely even be doubled to be expanded and make the boat travel a little bit easier. But what I wanted to show you guys and why I kind of went up this high is so that I could get a little bit of a better perspective on the channel I want cut right here. So I talked to MK, or MK heard me talking about possibly making a channel here. So I've actually gone ahead and cut some sand right there in the shape of the channel that I wanted to do. And then MK has this natural like ravine type thing here. I don't know if it's natural actually, but I think it is. It's a ravine type thing. And it would be really handy if we just could make use of that. Fill that with water and then turn that into the channel, which then turns into the water here. So that's where it's going to be cut, is right along this ridge here. So you'll have to come out this way. You'll come this way and then straight through this channel here, and then you'll be there. So it really prevents you from having to go all the way around here, around here, around here, around here. Like this whole, everything you see on my screen right now, you don't have to go to. You can just quickly go, meh, like meh, you're there. So that's the idea behind that. What I probably would have done if this village wasn't here, I would have probably cut the channel, this channel, right through to here, right through there. But because this village was here, I didn't want to damage it. So that is what it is. Anyway, how am I going to get down? The easiest way is to just jump. Wasn't too tall. And the reason we did it with sand, of course. There you go. Yoink. So, that torch doesn't need to be there. Yeah, I wanted to look at maybe expanding this. Yeah, see, it's 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it would need to be at least 6, I think, to be comfortable. At least 6. The problem lies with these trees here. These trees can't really move. What I'm going to do is probably just cut around this tree. And then it'll sort of be in the middle of everything there. But yeah, I might as well start that now, I guess. So, it's been about a week since I last posted a TimeShot episode, and I apologize for that. Some of it has to do with the other video and stuff that I made the last time. Basically saying that, I'm busy because this is what's going on right now. The appraiser was coming to my house, and I just had to focus 100% of my attention on that. And just to even give you an exact impression of what it was like, I mean, like, usually, if anybody's up for a recording, just a random recording, it would be me. Anybody on TimeShot can just like say, hey, anybody up for recording? And chances are, it's a pretty good chance that I would be interested in doing something. You know, I like the random recordings. But when people asked, I just couldn't. I was busy, and that's all that there was to it. So yeah, that's all. I mean, yeah, that's all there was to it. I was just busy, and I felt bad about that because, you know, I love the random recordings and stuff, but I just couldn't. That's how dedicated I was to getting that project done, is what I'm trying to convey. Whereas, like, normally I'd be, like, all over random recordings and stuff. I just couldn't. I just didn't have the time. So, that's one reason why TimeShot hasn't been released in a while. But that's really the only reason that I can even think of. I'm gonna snug it up as much as I can to this tree here. Whoop. Just like that. Digging out a river is not a difficult thing to do. It takes time. It takes a load of time. We're going to actually have the river come out and around here. So this will be kind of a floating little island. It'll turn into this tree. Okay, so the river is actually going to just kind of arc around here, and then I guess 1, 2, 3. Doesn't make it any wider there. I could make it up to 4 here. I mean, I could just cut this all the way and make this 8 right here, even. But I think it'll look better if it's just narrow again like this. As difficult as it'll be to get through this area, it'll look better. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway. So the appraiser came. He did his thing. Was in and out of the house in probably about half an hour. For 4 days of work, the guy was in and out in about half an hour. And that's all right. I mean, that's kind of what I expected. But he did his thing. He's already actually given the bank the appraisal. So that's all done. But I wanted to make clear, like, I didn't mean for that episode to be like a downer. Like, I got a lot of the comments from that episode were like, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry you're going through this. And, you know, I wish your finances were better. And, you know, all this kind of stuff. And I didn't mean for it to be, you know, a sob story. I was just telling you a fact. Like, this is what's going on right now, you guys. Like, this is what's going on in my life. I'm having this guy do this thing, and this is why I have to do this thing. And yeah, I mean, that was all that there was to it. There was no, like, you know, feel sorry for me type of thing. Not at all. It's not what I wanted. But I appreciate it, the people who did send their well wishes. It's fine. But yeah, that's not really the point. That wasn't the point. Just wanted to make that much clear. Basically what it's done, and I'll be perfectly upfront and honest with you guys. The grand total of what it saved me, just this one appraisal thing, and why I worked so hard to do everything, finish everything. I got a bunch of stuff that I need to sort out here. But I want these dirt blocks more than I want, like, anything else that I just tossed out. More than I'd want acacia blocks, for example. I want dirt. Especially grass blocks. I got my Silk Touch shovel. I especially want the grass blocks because they spread the best. But anyway, when you're working on a river like this, I always find it's best to stagger it out. This is all natural, these little holes like this. These are natural, like the river might have generated this way had it been done a little bit differently. But anyway, it's always nice to kind of stagger it like steps. So you want to have your floor to your river, which will be all of this section here. I'm going to dig out. All this is going to be dug out. And then you want to bank it off, kind of like I've done there. Most rivers, you'll notice, have a sandy bank, but not all of them. You can have grass as well. But mostly they have sand. But again, not all of them do. Looks more natural if you do put sand, though, for sure. I'm not going to really pay attention to that right now. Like maybe in the future, once our Ender or the Guardian farm is done, when we don't have a need on the server for sand, I can take a bunch of sand that I mine up and use it to like make the beaches look nicer here. But I'm not going to focus on that right now. But yeah, this is just what you do, is you just kind of go follow your river that you cut out, dig the bank out a little bit more, kind of like this. You want it to stagger slightly, not dramatically, drastically, either of those. So kind of like that. And then you go and you do the same thing on the layer up, and you just kind of go through like this. So this is how I cut it out before. I'm now expanding it. You guys know. You've been watching. So anyway, back to the house thing. Like I was saying, up front, all total, what it saved me every month is in and around $150. And I know, like, that's not $150 every month savings. It's actually quite impactful. It's so weird that, you know, $150 is so impactful. When I was young, like when I first got my first job or something, my first job, and I was getting some money for the first time in my life, and I had all this extra money because my parents were still, you know, I was still living with my parents, and they were paying for everything, and I had no expenses except what I wanted, and that was kind of how my first job went. $150 was nothing. You know, I was making a few thousand every month, and so $150 on like some frivolous, you know, like some speakers for my car or whatever, I would buy in a heartbeat without even thinking. And I knew that one day I would have to care about finances and stuff, but there's always a part of me that wishes in some way that like I had been a little bit more frugal, that I had saved more, that I had even put away $100 every month towards that kind of thing. Because I'd be a lot better off right now. But $150 savings every month, it's not a whole lot, I understand. But when you really not got enough money to go and, you know, eat, $150 goes a very long way. $150 every month is my groceries, you know. Once all the bills are paid, once everything's done, $150 every month, that pays for me to eat. And yeah, that's something that I would very gladly like to have the ability to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's about 6 now. I did the one bank only by 2, and I was going to go and cut out the rest by 2. It would bring the total width of this river type of thing to about 8, which is what it's sort of like everywhere else. So that's what I'm going to do. Of course, now that it's nighttime, bad things are about to happen here. So let's go light up this bank at least. Make it a little bit easier on us. It's also good to light up this bank because then we can kind of know where to travel type of thing. Look at all these jerks. You're gonna be coming for miles. I just know they will. I'll need a bucket so that I can fix some of the water sources here. Not really worried about that too much right now, right this second. Right now, what I'm worried about is just cutting this out. So basically just cutting this back. Everywhere where it's like one level, I'm going to cut down. So that's the first part of it anyway, is the $150. What I'm working with the bank, they will be able to save me more each month. And that more each month I can either put towards the grand total of everything, or just use it, which I'm probably going to do, use it to live a little bit more comfortably every month, rather than worried, am I going to have enough to pay my mortgage this month? Are they going to come and repossess my car this month? You know, like, if I can't make a payment on the house. Oh, man. Look at this guy running for me. Ouch. I only had the one arrow. Are you kidding me? Okay, we're gonna take him from the sky. Jump! Got him. Alright. Bad things everywhere. Luckily, with me in the water here, it's not so bad unless one of those skeletons comes by again. I need to keep at least one zombie villager like that, but I want to keep one near my base. I want to populate my base with villagers, kind of like everyone else sort of has been on TimeShot this season. So that's going to happen soon. Got to get some villagers in there, but they need little houses and stuff to live in before I get, you know, villagers. Right? No reason bringing them along if there's nowhere for them to stay. So, anyway, there we go. This is looking a little bit better. Yes. Much better. Much bigger. Better. And now it's just chipping away the rest of this. So again, you kind of just go around. Follow your path. From before. But anyway, the bank is going to help me with the rest. I'll be able to save a little bit more money every month, and I'll be in a better financial situation than I was before. So there's that. Maybe this should stay like this. This part should stay like that. And then right here, it'll drop down again. Yeah? Yeah. There we go. This is about to break, though. But that's okay. If it breaks, then we're just done with this anyway. I'll have to grab another shovel. What is this, anyway? Silk Touch Unbreaking 1. So it was just like a level, I don't even know, 5 enchant? Level 5 enchant or something? Nothing special here. There we go. The river already is going to be a lot more functional, just as it is. Okay, so just as it is, like this, nice and widened. And then I can go around like this and do the same. You always want to just step it up, you know. Hi. Die. How much is the durability? 22. So yeah, I won't be able to finish this with this shovel. It's about to break. It's already kind of been stepped here. So I can skip. Whoops, that guy I don't want around. Messing up my river. There we go. Okay. It's all good. So from here, going, I'll go as far as I can. And yes, I'm breaking some of the torch. Oh, there we go. That's as far as I can. I was so close. I could almost do this by hand. So that's that. Anyway. I guess the other reason that I haven't done TimeShot in like a week is because apart from that going on, I haven't had a whole lot to talk about. It's my birthday this week, but as usual, I never announce it. I never really talk about it. I never go out of my way to discuss my birthday and things like that. Birthdays were never a thing in my family. as you know, you can call that sad all you want. It's not to me, so don't worry about it. Birthdays were never a thing. They were just never like something that we really celebrated. Apart from like maybe we'd go out for dinner the odd time. But you know, not like getting presents, getting gifts, getting, you know, birthday cards and the like. Never really happened that way. For oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh man, this guy. Cow, you are in my way of the battle. Okay. Everyone dead? Almost. Okay. Boots. Unbreaking 2 booties. Not bad. Gotta get mending on the rest of my armor. I gotta get better armor first. Period. So once this is all dug out... Oh yeah, I was just saying. The other reason why I haven't really talked on TimeShot lately is because I just don't have much else to talk about. Like, I've just been so set in working on stuff around my house, with my parents. Like today, for example, I haven't had time to even sit down and record something. This is the first thing I've had time to record today. Where? Why? No. Don't you slice me up with that. Grabbing more arrows so I can get rid of guys like that. It's a pretty decent bow I've got. This guy and his hip waders coming across the water. Okay. But yeah, I just haven't had time to even think about stuff. Never mind, like, wanting to record anything. There's just nothing that I've needed or wanted to record. Like, I just don't have the time. This is the first thing in basically like a week that I've had time to actually like sit down and collect my thoughts, talk about. Man, a lot of work to do in my house too still. Like, it just didn't, the amount of work that I did in those 4 days, it's still like, it only made just a little bit of a dent. Oh man, and now you see what I got to do is either replace all this stone and dirt with sand, which is the appropriate way, or I can just replace it all with dirt. Probably try with sand first, but we're good to go here. So we're done. We're done in this area. Hi, cow. And yeah, that's it. So we built a river today. That was so exciting. We talked about basically what we did last episode, what we were talking about last episode, how I didn't want it to be like a downer moment type of thing, and what it was all about. It was just basically to save me some money. It's not, well, I mean, finances are tight, yes, but it's not like I want the sympathy like that. I've never asked for that kind of thing. But anyway, I'm also looking forward to getting back to my regular schedule. Like I had talked about previously too. I said, like, once this guy's done with his appraisal and once all my work's done, then, you know, I'll have more time to get back to everything. But like my mother, she has this condo that she's been renovating, and I was down there. Okay, my morning was this. I woke up. I didn't even have time for breakfast. I sat down on the couch. I was going to have myself, I don't know what I was going to eat even. But I was going to eat something and or go to the store and buy something, or maybe go to a restaurant and buy some breakfast. And I got a text from my dad saying, when are you coming over? I need help installing a windshield. So my dad's a car guy. I was more before, but not so much now. Less and less with other things going on in my life. But I came over to his house at 9 in the morning to help him install a windshield, and then just kind of chatted with him for a bit, and then got a text from my mom saying, when are you coming over to help me with my condo? And that's kind of how my morning went. So then I drove over to back to my house, picked up some tools, went over to my mom's house, installed a shower column faucet for her in the bathroom, as well as a few other things in the house. But that was that. So it was a busy morning, and then by the time I was done, it was already 1 p.m. You know, time flies. I just didn't have time to do anything yet. So here we are on TimeShot, recording, doing what we wanted to do. And now that it's like the end of the episode, I'm going to put some of this dirt in here as much as I can, I guess. And then the rest of it I'll just hold on to for now. Sandstone I don't need. Eggs I don't need in there. A carrot on a stick I really don't need. These golden booties, as much as I love golden booties, I've got better ones, so that's what I'll use. Those in there. Look at how little I have left of quartz. I need to go use my Jake pickle and go and get more quartz, because I'm using it everywhere. Look at this. Got this stairway, and did I just pick all that crap up again? Did I pick any of it up? No. Did I? No. Okay. So this stairway is going to go down, straight down, like so. And it's going to come, the pathway is going to come around this way. Down here, around here where I have it carved out already. And then it'll come down here. And then this will be my dock. This will be the docking area. It's a nice little gulf here, or whatever you want to call it, a little bay. And what I'll do is I'll actually have quartz probably about 5 tall, and it'll create a big wall platform all the way around this dock area here. So that's what's going to be right here. So a 5 block tall quartz platform all the way around in a U shape. So that alone probably would use up all the quartz that I have left. And I'm going to do probably something with quartz in here to make this look a little bit nicer. Then my stairway needs to be finished. Then this build needs to be finished. So that'll need to be done. And then I started working on this bridge. Now this bridge, I just picked up all that crap. That bridge is just a basic template for now. It's just a template for now. I've actually got a better design in mind using the stairs. So, for example, they will go more like, if I can do this without breaking every other block like I just did, but they'll probably go more like this, and so there'll be big circular blocks, and then there will be yeah, it'll probably be like that, and then this one will be, oops, oh man, this is challenging to place these things right. So that'll be a big circle, and then it'll be a small one, and then this small one will be facing the other way, and then circle, circle, and then we're at the middle. So that's going to be the pattern. I know you guys can't probably even envision what that's going to look like. The big circle, little circle, little circle, big circle, little circle, big circle, and just kind of repeat that pattern all the way across. And then what I'm going to do is where I have these, this is the middle, these are the ends, where the little circles are. So it'll be big, big, and then right here, yeah, right here, I'm going to have like stairways wrapping around the bottom, and I'm actually going to have dangling lights coming down. So with that said, I've chipped away a bunch of the area here. I've actually chipped away all of this here too. You can kind of tell. Probably when the overviewer comes out, whenever that comes out, if it's not completely blocked by this giant tower, you'll be able to see that this actually was cut down quite a bit. Just so that when I have the lights dangling, they actually can dangle like over the canyon here rather than just like touching block. So I'm going to have little lights coming down, hopefully sea lanterns. So I'm going to get the sea lanterns hanging down, just for aesthetics more than anything. Did I pick up that carrot stick? So that's going to be that bridge, and then I'm going to repeat that bridge over here. And then this tower's, I still need more chiseled quartz, lots to do there. I've got to get that all the way up and then do all the stairway around it to make it look right. So there's that. And then this big project I still want to finish. I don't know if I showed you guys yet. I can't remember. What did I do last episode? I don't remember, but I'll show you again, just in case I didn't. What I've been working on is I have the entryway looking like this. I think I did show this. I remember kind of showing this. So this will be open, and then this will be glass up here, glass up there, glass up there, glass up there. And then once we're done that, the exterior is basically done. Like I was thinking maybe I could do a third, like go up by one more. I might still, just to make it look more like a tower. But on that note, it still does go down quite a bit down here. So it gives the illusion of it being a huge tower, even though it's really not, because this goes down all the way that way. So standing here, it looks like a huge tower, but really it starts like right there, right? So I might put it up one more, and then it'll have like, I know that like on the Windcraft builds of similar structures, they've got domes on the top. I might do something different. Because I think I've repeated that before, that a lot of my inspiration for these builds comes from Windcraft. And Windcraft, they actually have a build that's very similar to this style, in that they've got a big flat window like this, and then they've got curved corners like that. I've done mine a little bit different. Mine's more of an oval shape. But I might do the domed roof like they have either way. So this is the other project that I'm working on. And that's right here, is to do this little bridgeway here. It's not going to be a little bridgeway, actually. I'm going to replicate this bridge down there. So it's 5 across. I've done this one 5 across. Like this and this. It's an L shape this time, though. And it's going to look pretty well the same exterior design on the outside, if I can do that. And then similar design on the inside. And it's going to come down by about, well, that comes down by about 5 blocks too. So that's going to be about 5 blocks down. So that down to there is going to be just one quartz bridge. And you'll be able to see it from this side too. And then up there, I'm probably going to just do a little bridge. Probably not a big 5 wide. Well, I might. Yeah, maybe I will. I don't know. I haven't decided fully yet what I'm going to do for up here. I could do a 5 wide bridge, but it's not entirely necessary. Either way, that's been done. And then I'm going to also be putting probably one of these smaller bridges like this one to this little tower here, the one with the flame on top. So that's why I've put cobblestone for now all the way across, just to kind of mark it out. And then way back there, you can see another one that I'm going to be doing. And now the final thing. I know the episode's now longer than half an hour, longer than I wanted it to be. I'm out of JFC now, too. Oops. Better head back to town soon. But what I wanted to do the other day is start lighting up that. Because I was standing up here, I was like, what's the tallest... Hey, Was it that guy? Did that guy shoot at me? It must have been. Anyway, I stood up there and I was like, what's the tallest platform here? And when I was standing up there, that one looked taller, and it is taller. So that's the highest structure we can get. Would be way up there. I used about 2 stacks of torches, maybe even more. Probably a little bit more than 2 stacks of torches. Just going that way, lighting it up. And as I go, I have torches on my bar, and I just, every time it's nighttime, I kind of just go around and light another little bit up. Every little bit counts. But I cut this out, this little channel here, put another little bridge here. This will be a nice, I think, 5 wide bridge for sure here, because that's, you can see from down there in the river. So that's really cool. When you're coming into the village for the first time, there's your dock is all going to be around here, and you wanted to see this big epic 5 wide bridge there. So that's what I'm going to do there. And we kind of have to billy goat it all the way up, but there's nothing much to see up here right now. But I torched all this up as much as I could. Obviously there's still a lot more that I can do. Just keep plugging away. And what I wanted to do up here, because it is the highest place in the entire, well, it might even be the highest place in our whole map right now. It's got to be one of, because it's really high up. I might have to, yeah, I need to place a few blocks here. There we go. So I'm up, Piet Claimdo, and this is the highest spot. There's, Mara had a horse there apparently. But I've gone and I've lit up all the way down to around there, all the way under here, all the way around this mountain here, all the way around here. So I've lit that up. It took me about 2 stacks of torches so far. I'm not done yet. And what's going to go up here, this tallest of the tall areas, is I'm thinking the patron donor hall. Because it is the tallest area, I think we could safely do the patron donor hall up here. It's 166 sitting right here. So we have about 100 blocks minus a few up that we can build. And that's way more than enough. It's way more than we need. So I'm thinking of doing that kind of structure. I love you. Thinking of doing that kind of structure right here, and that'll be the patron monument. Will be the most epic sized one here. Yep, might be similar in structure to that. I don't know, similar structure to that, but built up here and maybe a little bit smaller, because it can be smaller. It doesn't have to be that wide. It can be like 1 pane of glass corner, 1 pane of glass corner, 1 pane of glass. If I figure that out, it's 5, 4, 2, 5, 4, 2, 4, 2, 11, and 7, 20 blocks. 20 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Uh-oh. It wouldn't be... This top part wouldn't be big enough for even a small structure like that. Well, I'll have to figure it out. I'll just figure it out. I don't know what to put here yet, but I'll figure it out. Okay? And, yeah, that's all there is to it. Lots of building off camera, though. Tons. Anyway, we'll be seeing you guys next time on TimeShot. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be seeing you. Bye-bye.